Okay, so left hand one was before, right hand one you're after. Okay, so hand of the club, as we can see on this left hand one now, leaning quite a bit forward. Okay, ball position is probably quite centre-ish, maybe a little bit off centre, but your head, this is the thing we talked about in the past, if your head is ahead of that golf ball, you're coming down that so steep. Okay, this felt you way behind the ball with your head. If you look where your hat is there, you're probably on top of the golf ball, which is with a 7 or an 8 is actually okay to a point. Okay, we don't want to be ahead of it. And that's kind of, if I saw that person now, I think, oh, he's playing like a 30-40 yard chip shot, or a low punch, or some sort, or a stinger. You're setting up for a shot that you don't want to hit, and the problem is then if you're not hitting the shot you want to hit, because the way you're setting up, you'll try and then modify the swing to adjust to that setup. And with just natural hand-eye coordination, you'll do it sometimes. You'll be like, oh, great. But then it's going to be so inconsistent. And it's a harder way of playing golf rather than going, here's the setup how I should be, here's the swing. Because at setup there, if you're ahead of the ball and your hands are that far in front, when you come to the golf ball now, you start coming down even more so here. I mean, impact there.
Really steep.
I mean, exactly. You're just coming, your head's now, way in front. I mean, the ball's just going to shoot off low to the right with that club face being so smothered and hit it. And so only way you can hit a goal is almost try and hold the club face open and try and do some kind of manipulation, which is not really going to be... You're trying to judge then by how much you should do something, rather than, there's the ball, there's the target, I'm behind it, swing my arms at it. Like throwing a ball, you sort of see the person you're throwing to and just throw the ball. You're not going to go, right, let it go here. So if I let go, I've got to throw it now. It's too much. I mean, the swing being that quick. Okay, so you can see on this one, good shoulder turn now because you're wider stance. As you come back into that golf ball, you're kind of just about ahead of it. Okay, but if we actually look at just before impact there, back a frame there, at least there you've got a chance of getting that club back on the golf ball with some kind of launch, where this one here now, you're just so way ahead of it. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, from a balance perspective, as you go forward over the shot here now, I mean, your top half's toppling over this way. Your feet are really gripping onto that club. They see your right foot sort of rolling off there.
Yes.
You've actually gone beyond your right foot. Tour players, when they finish the shot, they'll sort of move to their right, as you and I as left-handers, they'd move to their right side of their lead side. As they hit the ball, they extend up to the shot this way. You kind of, because you're here, you're just going so far forward. So on a flat lie, you're young, strong and fit enough to absorb that and control that with the core strength. On a slope, you struggle a little bit. Downhill lies, you'll probably be like, whoa, I'm just falling over. Uphill lies, you won't be able to lean into that slope enough and you just bury the club in the ground. Hanging lies with the ball below your feet, you're out of balance anyway. So we can get yourself a little bit more levelled off, balanced. Ideally, what we're looking for in terms of setup is kind of 50-50 through the feet. This hip goes forward, this shoulder goes back, so it creates a little bit of kind of tilt there.
And is that enough?
I would say you could go a little bit more in a bit more time. Where you are there now already feels quite a lot, doesn't it? If I said to you, Dad, we'll go a bit more, you'd be like, not really? So if you feel strangish there, stick with that point, and then just sort of, once that becomes more comfortable, just pop a little bit again. And what I always say to people is, when you're down the range, this is the swing we're looking at from this position. Film your swing from face on and send it to me and say, am I in the right spot? Can I keep going? Can I keep going? Because what we don't want to do is, if you go away and practice for 2 or 3 weeks and you come back in whatever's time and you're leaning over it somewhere, like, I can't the ball, Gareth. I'm like, no, you can't. And that's the thing, people do often, especially younger guys who are more kind of adapted to change, they move too much. There's a sweet spot. Again, you can be too far that way, you can be too far that way. You want to try and get it sort of in the middle there, just at the right spot. Okay, so keep a match on that. And again, even if it's at home just making practice swings, you're not in a golf ball, just stand there with a setup and take a video from front, just send it across and go, how's it looking? I can go thumbs up in 5 seconds, or go, actually, Dad, you've gone too far. Or, okay, you could go a little bit more. How does a little bit more feel? Does it feel weird where you are, or could you think I could go a little bit more? And we'll just sort of push it around gradually, bit by bit. So you get to a point where eventually your shoulders are going to be a bit more kind of on this one, green line. Change colour, there you go. The lead shoulder will be a bit more kind of on those lines there. So if you look face on here, if I'm levelled off of my shoulders, again, feet as wide as shoulders. If I just tip here now, my right shoulder's just inside my left foot, my left shoulder's just on the edge of my left foot, my left foot there. You're kind of there, even at that position there where you feel you've moved back. So again, it needs to go back a little bit, probably a bit in between that green and yellow line, but you are going to move
outside my shoulder should be on the
not
inside.
Probably, I mean probably
just roughly,
somewhere probably about there, I would say. So between the two front lines there and that blue line there, so you are a little bit tip this way. Every shot in golf, for the most part, especially full swings, your head needs to be behind or on top of the golf ball at absolute most. When you get in front of the golf ball, it's a very specific type of low stinger shot, chip punch shot, okay? Which is fine if you're playing that shot. But if you're trying to hit 750 yards up in the air over something, you just sort of knuckleball into it, and then the loft you're taking off the golf club, your threshold will be about a 7 or an 8 or a 6 maybe. Give you anything longer, you're going to really struggle.
Yes.
Hybrid on a T-peg, you might get away with it.
Yeah.
But anything else is just going to struggle, actually.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, then?
Yeah, that does,
some things to work on, okay? Cool.